It's Monday, March 3rd, just following up on the SPY. Discussed earlier how I bought puts here as we were making these red bars, anticipating the low of the day being taken out. We kind of paused a little bit, but then came down, took out the lows of the day. I scaled out, set up an overage trade. And now that I'm watching the 15-minute price structure, we paused a little bit, tried to make a move lower. Now we're turning green. I'm going to exit this trade at a key inflection point. So at the moment, I'm kind of out. I bought the 600 puts at 10.15. I scaled out 11.03 to set up an overage trade. I just sold the rest at 11.74 up here. So a nice base hit gain, and we'll see what happens for the rest of the day. We could still head lower, but bottom line is what's happening here is on the daily chart, we're starting the week off red to the midpoint of that bar. We're also at the midpoint of the weekly buying tail. So this is an area of potential support. It doesn't mean I'm expecting it, but it certainly is possible that we hold in here. And right now, the reference point is the open of the week right here. If we get back up to that purple line at some point, whether it's today, whether it's an inside bar and then up, whether it's a 2 down that can't reach its target and goes up, whether we gap up tomorrow if this closes red and above the midpoint of this bar and start higher, I'm not going to be biased to the upside until those developments occur. And it's possible here we're just kind of pausing and starting a lot lower, maybe in line with the weekly chart that is still trying to make higher highs and coming down through the midpoint of this little area here, maybe continuing red all week until the weekly chart reverses to the upside. But at least I know now the reference point for this week where we have to go to turn the weekly chart up. Until then, I'm still a little biased to the downside, even though I thought maybe this reversal at the end of last week was the beginning of a potential, taking the wind out of the sails of the downward move. We had a big rally, but maybe it was just an end of the day rally that didn't mean all that much and we're resuming the downtrend. But for now, I'm still, neutral, little bias down as long as we stay below the purple line, and we'll see what happens. So I'm out of the trade. Just thought I'd point that out. I'll see what happens. A lot will be dependent upon this daily chart, how it closes, and really what happens price action wise for the rest of the week. I still think it's a tricky zone here, being in the middle of this broadening formation that didn't want to follow through. It kind of held in this gap. It tried to have a reversal up. This is just 2 pushes down on the day to that area. So that's why, to me, it's enough to exit the trade and watch it for the rest of the day and see what happens. I'm just trying to say, it's just a matter of this daily chart. I really, with an hour and a half to go, need to see how this closes to start getting a better feel what to unfold. If we try to go down, tomorrow, that'll be I'll continue that downward bias. And if we can't hit targets and reverse up, that'll be a good, indication maybe to finally get long. So you can see here at an area where you expect it. It's not surprising to me that we're having a hard time following through at this area. So kind of when you put it all together with your intraday structure, your context in play, about what's possibly unfolding. Today we're above the midpoint of the prior day, the whole day, even though it's moving lower, and the fact that we had a big buying tail here in the middle of a big range, all that context combined with intraday price structure, shows me that 2 pushes down could be a tricky area for more follow through versus other scenarios where you expect the momentum to continue. So let's see what develops for the rest of the day. Out of the trade now, and we will kind of continue to watch the SPY all week long.